And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the May 10th edition of Morning Mindset. It is Friday, May 10th. Hopefully you are having an amazing day. We're a third of the way through the month this month, and it's been an interesting week. We will talk about that today. It's your first time here or your long time here. This is what I need out of you. I need to know who you are, where you're from, what the weather is like in your area, and what is in your cup. We got coffee. Coffee still rocking on the cup. Probably switch over to energy drinks soon. It's a little chilly. It's like 50 some degrees out. My my weather app is completely whacked because I just happened to look down. It says that it's 82 and sunny. It is not 82 and sunny by any means. So we'll get that done out of the way. But the other thing, and what I feel is probably the most important thing, is 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? So we had carryover stuff from yesterday because of how yesterday went, and we've got some things we're going to talk about. But I've got laser jobs that need to get done. I think we're working on some Mother's Day gifts to finish up, vinyl that needs to be cut, shirts that need to be pressed, and then we're going to work on a little cap cut videos, which if you are interested in joining us for cap cut training, we are starting that on Monday in our mentorship community. The training for it is like $150. And the mentorship community is the link for it. It's just a third-party person who is putting on a training class for it. And it's a 10-day boot camp for it. And so what we're going to do is Monday through Friday next week. You do it at your own leisure, but we're holding each other accountable, because I don't know about you, but I'm really bad about that, where I'm like, oh, I can take this class and then nothing happens, right? I say I'm going to do it, but I'm not holding myself accountable for it. I'm not having anybody push me or, the drive to do it. So what happens? It just doesn't get done. So in the setting, right now, I know it's Brian and myself who are going to do it, but we're in there. We're taking, those next 2 weeks, Monday through Friday, going over each day, and then using that last week of May to create some content and start pushing that on June. So if that's something you're interested in doing, make sure to join us over in our mentorship community, which I'm going to put the little ticker right here at the bottom. So you just go over there, patreon.com/fatdadmc, and get in there, $20 a month, and then we would love to see you. We also have calls multiple times throughout a week. We have one today, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, right after this. So let's check in and see how people are doing this morning. Jenny, good morning to you. Where it's 55 out. We're on our way back to northern Indiana today. Oh, you're in Indianapolis, going back up there. Got it. Sarah, good morning to you. 49 and sunny, coffee in the cup. Barb, good morning from more central Minnesota. 49, cloudy, water in the cup. 5 things: DTF, customer pickups, clean sewing machines, sewing projects, prep for weekend garden projects. What's up, Chuck? Good morning from sunny Central Florida, where it's currently 80. No cup, but number 1, running a 15-hour job in the laser. Whoa, Chuck, what do you got going on there? 15 hours. Tell us more, sir. Tell us more. Hi, Jenny and Sarah from Barb, and hi, Chuck from Barb. Jeff checking in here. Morning 53 in Northern Kentucky. Diet Coke in my cup. 5 things today will be a big shocker. 3D print, vinyl print, cut, pack, make a delivery after lunch. I'm right there with you, Jeff. It seems like we're just on repeat every day. And hi, Jeff from Barb, and morning, Barb. We're trying something new. We're over, I think we got everything to work over in Facebook land, so I'm not 100% sure if you are in Facebook land, if I'm able to see the comments or not. That's something that I'm not 100% sure on, if you're able to see the comments or not, or if I'm able to see the comments of that one. That's a good thing to know. So if you are watching on the Facebook Live, hey, leave a comment that you're watching the Facebook Live. But you can head over to fatdadcd.com. That gets you into our link tree, and from there you can find the live and join us over on YouTube, so that way we can see the comments. But we're getting through that. Chuck is currently doing 244-inch drink coasters. Way to go, Chuck. Way to go. Okay, so this week has been a crazy week for us here. And this is not one of those woe is me and everything is horrible type things, but this is just the life of a business owner and how things work. First up, we had a storm roll through, and that caused some damage to the house. So that became priority 1 for a day, was to get that all taken care of. And that's just part of it. You can have the best laid plans for the week. Things go to hell, and then you're just trying to figure it out and trying to go from there. I had laser jobs that were due today. And so Wednesday, I went to do them, and I was having issues with the laser and things not setting correctly and reading correctly. And we thought it was because we upgraded the software to it. So we'll talk about the software there, about the Xtool S1. When I was going through tech support, because there's two different sides to Xtool tech support, if you didn't know. They'll do one through Facebook Messenger, and then the one that they'll do through email. And I had the Messenger one set up from when we first got it. We were missing a few pieces for it. And so I said, hey, here's what we do, and send a video. And they sent this big, long thing of when it isn't doing this. And it was going so far as, it could be a bad board. They could be, there's some connection issues. There's all this list of stuff that's there. On the email side of it, they said, hey, first up, make sure you're clean all of the sensors in it. And I'm like, okay, well, where are all of these sensors located at? They sent a picture with the 3 different locations for it. I cleaned all of those, and we're back in business. So I didn't have to go the long route of doing it. But I thought everybody assumed that right off the bat, it was because we had switched over to 2.0, which if you're using the Xtool software, the regular one, if you have not upgraded to 2.0, you are in for a world of eye-opening experiences. It is a completely different software. Same functions and stuff, but the things that you're able to do with it, it is just... last night, I tried to learn more of it, but I said Wednesday, the whole day was gone because I couldn't get the layers to work. Finally got it yesterday. I planned on doing all of that, but then another job came in that was more of a rush, more of an important job. So laser got pushed back. So I think I, didn't get done. I didn't shut off the laser till 10 o'clock last night, and it was because we had stuff that needed to get out this morning. And this is part of being a business owner, right? Your things aren't going to go there, and you have to figure out how to do it. You have to figure out what needs to be done. You're a fireman, right? There's a fire over here. Is this fire more important? Is that fire more important? Which one are you going to put out first? So it's fun. It is fun. Be a business owner. It's not all... like if I just woosah, everything will be fine. Woosah, get to work. Hey, it's a thing. We gotta do stuff. We can sit back and wish and hope and pray that things will happen. But at the end of the day, we have to take action. If we're not seeing sales, before we go into a long rant about things, a couple things that we have going on is things I want to talk about today. Shipping. Good, better, best pricing structure, the mentorship call, and about your sales. Let them know there's some discussions going on your first quarter sales, up or down, and then the laser Xtool CS 2.0. Oh, and Jeff said that the Watch Live is not active. I wonder why it's not active. This is one of all the parts of having a what's that thing called? That whatchamacallit? There we go. Maybe I just got to do that and save changes. There it is. What's the word that I'm looking for? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, when Facebook stopped allowing and looking for live broadcasts, make sure you're connected to the live page. I see that now. Choose where to post on the timeline. I see that everything says that it's there. And it kind of sort of worked on Wednesday, but then it had a chat that opened up with it too. So I was able to delete that off, saw how to get rid of that today. So we should be good to go. It says, look at me. It's telling me to connect to a video source on it. How awesome is that? Streaming software. Yep. Create a live video. No, we don't need to create a live video because we've already got the event. These are the things that I love so much about trying to go live on things. It used to be so easy. Why? We still haven't got a good reason on why Facebook decided to change this up. I am going to say it has. I'm going to say it has to do with that they're going to do something, or they want to monetize it, or they want you to use their streaming platform to go through stuff. So I think there could be, there's going to be some ifs and some ats and some this and some that. And right there, let's see. It says that it's working right now. It says that it's connected. It says that it's live. Check it and see if it's gone live, because it says everything is good to go. And it could just be because it's in the mentorship. It's just in that group. I wonder. I bet that's it. I bet that's why it's it. So we'll figure it out. We're getting through it. Sarah's 5 things: more laser material testing, social media, purchasing, donate remaining Waukesha strong stock to Women's Center, and clean the store. That's right, because Sarah does. On Friday, she is closed to the public. but she's still there in the store. So that brings up a topic, for those that have storefronts. Are you consistently open to the public? Are you open Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, or are there any days that you're closed to the public but in there working? So it's a good little topic for Sarah to brought up. And Cindy says, morning. The weather is nice and cool, and I'm drinking unicorn water today. I'm bringing all the things. Lots of Starbucks cup toppers. Awesome, Cindy. Chuck says, I've had XCS 2.0 for several months. I got it when Hires released, but still prefer Lightburn. It's one of those where I do everything in Corel, right? And so alls I use the software for was just to burn. That was it. I would do my layout in there and put everything else, but everything else was designed in there. So I didn't really have a reason to try Lightburn. And I know I probably should give it a shot, but hey, right now I haven't had a need for it. Shipping. So we're going to go down our list here that we have. Shipping. What are you guys using to ship your products out? I'm a big proponent of Pirate Ship. But I know other people are using, not using anything at all, which if you're not using anything at all, you are losing out on so much money. So much money. When you use a third-party shipper like Pirate Ship or ShipStation or what's some of the other ones out there? Stamps.com. And there's more. But if you're using a third-party one, you are going to save tremendously off of it. Some of those programs will integrate with what you're currently using for an e-commerce platform. So whether you're using, Ecwid or Shopify, they will integrate with that. So when you pull in there, you don't have to type anything out. It takes care of it for you. And those shipping rates are greatly reduced. We have ran into some issues where, we know what we're doing for shipping, and some other places are ridiculously priced on shipping. When you find a place that's ridiculously priced on shipping, like way more than what you think it is, reach out to them. Ask them what they're using for shipping. Ask them if they can use a shipping account. Ask them if you can send them a label. Ask them all the things and see what they have to say. Like we have a couple companies that we can use our own label. When we do that, they charge us $2 to use the label and $2 for the packaging of everything. So it's usually $4. So we have to look at our cost plus the $4. Does it equate, cheaper than what they traditionally have? And most all the times it was cheaper. So that's what we were able to do. Yep, we can just send them a label. We can send, we can send this and we're good to go. But don't be afraid to reach out to them. Some, they might not know because nobody ever says anything. You don't know if there's an option available until you have it, but it's a good thing to check into on your shipping is to reach out about those shipping charges that come up from it. And Jeff says 100% Pirate Ship. Jenny says Pirate Ship. Brian's got 70 and Sunny. He's got Mountain Dew. Print, fold, and staple softball programs. You don't have the fancy folder stapler. You got to have all the other fun tools. Why don't you have that one? Pirate Ship for anything not Shipley related, otherwise ShipStation due to integration availability. And that's something that's like what I was saying is with that, using those third-party shippers, not all of them are going to integrate with everything that you do. And, when that happens, you might have to use that alternative shipping methods. That's why it's a good idea to know what else is out there. What is somebody else using? What are they liking? What are they disliking about it? Is it right for you? The sooner you take a look at those things to try it and see which one is going to work best for you, the better off that you'll be for it. And Brian's too was print, fold, staple. We got that band programs, designs, print positives, order supplies, and get ready for training next week, Brian. Get ready for training Monday. Monday it starts, Brian. Monday, we're going to become CapCut connoisseurs, and we're going to make some fun videos. And the biggest thing is we're going to figure out how to make templates. So when I make something cool, I'm able to share it with you. If you make something cool, you can share it with me. This is what it's all about. We're gonna make things happen next week. I was in a discussion with somebody about sales yesterday, and that's something that when I'm watching a laser, it's easier for me to communicate with people. Like when I'm doing design work, I block that time out. I have to pay attention to that because I'm going to do a typo. I'm going to make something wrong. I'm going to print something wrong. I'm going to do something wrong. So I try and just focus on that. When it's on the laser side of things, I'm a little more open to conversation because I print the button, I'm watching it, I can do something else with it. But somebody had asked, how sales were. And we were down that first quarter, and they said, it made them feel good to realize that it wasn't only them. So I bring this to you. How are you so far this year? We're a quarter and a month in to this year. 4 months in, a third of the way through. How are your sales compared to last year? I know some that are way up, awesome. I know some that are steady, great. And I know some that have dropped. It sucks, but what was the cause of the drop? And that's the thing that I tell people is we got to look at what the cause from it. We know what the cost of the causes of ours was. Places went out of business. Places lost funding. They're waiting longer between orders to reorder, and they price shop, and they went with places that were cheaper due to budgets. So that's just part of it. Is knowing now some of those we can't fix. Can we replace? Yeah, we can replace, but it would have been, we need to be more proactive about the sales that we know we're going to have the rest of the year, because it's been a consistent year over year, is just reach out to them earlier. We can't count on that order being there that month, and then that month shows up and that order's not there. That's what kind of happened in this first quarter. We're like, okay, we were used to this stuff coming in. And so we don't really sit back and, we kind of sat back on it and realized, oh, things did not happen the way that they should have. And we need to fix that. So that's where us working on our marketing efforts, doing more things, and then put everything together for it. But you're going to have those ups and downs. There's going to be days where you're going to have a $5,000 day, and then you're going to have a day that's $0, or a day that's -$dollars because you messed something up and have to reprint it, reship it. That's just part of it, right? You're going to have that ups and downs. You have to be prepared for that. And, being a business owner, it's emotionally taxing on you. I don't think we talk enough about that side of it, that yes, you're sitting there and you're working on the computer, you're standing at a press. Oh, it's that hobby, it's that thing that you do. You can make a serious living off of it. And you really have to understand other people are in your position that have been there before. The ones that are really high end succeeding, most of them aren't a 1 or 2 person company. They get minimum 5 employees. They got people dedicated to doing jobs. You are still the chief of the fire station of deciding which fires need to be put out first, but at the end of the day, you have a team that you've built around you, so it takes that workload off. There comes that tipping point when you have to decide, I can't do this all alone. What can I farm out, and what can I do? Do I need to bring somebody in to hire so that they're able to do production? Can they just do some of the, I know a lot of people don't want to give up that control of some of the things, but what are those things you can give up the control over? What are those things that you can develop a process for to allow somebody else to take over for you so you don't have to do? What are the things you don't like to do that you really dread? Can you find somebody to take those to you? And how much time does these things cost you to do? Because at the end of the day, time is money. In the conversation about it, when we talked about pricing and what they pay themselves, and they said, they pay themselves $20 an hour. That's their labor rate. And I said, well, does $20 an hour pay for everything? Because you got to remember, just because you're charging $20 an hour doesn't mean you're making $20 an hour. How much, is going to pay the bills? How much is going to taxes? How much is going to everything else that goes into it? And so it kind of opened up to him like, oh, yeah, I am definitely not charging what I need to be charging. I mean, look at the cost of everything going up. We've talked about this before. What is it to go out to eat for a family of 4? $50 anymore? And so things have went up, but yet we still, not everybody, but a lot still try to be, as cheap as they can when it comes to their craft, in shirts and laser sublimation, whatever it is, they're trying to, stay, under a certain price threshold. But you're saying, I'm doing this to help my customers, but are your customers providing you enough to make it worth it? Right? You can't help them all, because eventually you're not going to be able to help any, because there's no business there. Right? When you're splitting things, or you're working for other people or in other people's shops, it's you don't have as much of the workload, but you don't have as much of the responsibility. When it's just you, that, hey, this month, these are the bills that I need to make sure are paid every month. How am I making sure that I'm doing this? What am I bringing in for? How am I pushing this? What am I doing? And we continuously, evolve with that. What's something that's working today might not be working tomorrow. What's working tomorrow might not work today. You got to stay, consistent with it. You can't say, oh, I tried this and it didn't work. Well, how long did you try it for? Well, I tried it for 2 days. Like, listen, I'm a fat guy. I am not going to get skinny in 2 days if I start working out tomorrow. But By the end of the year, I probably will. And what's it take? Consistency. I have to get up. I have to do it every day. I can't take days off just because I don't feel like it. I got to work through the pain. I got to work through the suffering. I got to work through the ups and the downs if I want to get to that goal. Business is the same way. If we have a goal of this, we have to weather the storm, go through the ups, go through the downs, and keep the course. That's what we have to do for it. Okay, you do have a folder. Figured you did with everything else that you have down there. So that's my thing, on sales. If you're up, great. If you're the same, great. If you're down, that's great too. Now it just gives you more opportunity to find new things to replace those sales for. But that's why I ask you. If you want to say, hey, you're up, you're down, let us know on it. And when this case of pricing came up, it became, when we said, how do we do shirts? We were big proponents of the good, better, best. And we did that for many, many years where it was good, better, best. And most all the time, somebody would take the better. They wouldn't spend the money on the best. They didn't want to feel cheap taking the value, so they wouldn't land in the middle. One of the things that I'm seeing more and more people do, and we've done it on a couple of occasions with clients that we feel are a good fit for it, and we're leaning more to it, is to offer those 4 options. And why is that? Well, with 3 options, here's the thing. They're most likely going to land in the middle. That's what you do, is you price something a little higher than what you would want, so that way they come here, lower, so, it feels cheaper, meet in the middle. When you give them those 4 options, now they really have to choose. Do they want, the good, or do they want the better or the best? So what's the thing? Good, better, best, platinum. What else can you do with it? And a lot of it just comes down to the products that are used in it. Like in shirts, what are the shirt styles that you can use? And we'll ask people, when bidding things, and a lot of it is, what's your budget, right? And we tell them right off the get, listen, I don't need to know your budget to go right up to that. If you say, hey, I want to spend $17 a shirt. Okay, you want to spend $17 a shirt? Let me find you some options that are in that value. And some of those may be $7, some of those may be $12, some may be $15, some may be $18, a little over your budget. We're going to give you those options that are in there so that way you can decide and make the best informed decision for yourself. And they'll ask questions, like, what's the difference between this, this, and this? Well, most of the time, it's in the products used. So here's the difference between a 100% cotton shirt. Here's the difference between a 50-50 shirt. Here's a poly shirt. Here's a tri-blend. Here's a ring spun. So it's coming up with those different levels and then knowing how to present those to give you the best of what can happen, right? That's what we need to do. And so I ask you, these are questions I ask, and if you want answers, I'd love answers. Is, what are you doing for when you offer options for that? Are you doing a good, better, best? Are you doing a good, better, best, platinum? Are you not giving them any options and just doing it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Let's see. Jerry, morning, late again. That's okay, Jerry. You're doing fine. Jeff had a huge first quarter, but slowing. Jerry, hello, everyone. Hope everyone has a happy weekend and good info about the comparisons. Yeah, and that's just trying to figure. My nose itches. My whole face itches on stuff. This weekend, don't forget, this weekend's Mother's Day. We still have not got Mother's Day planned out of what we're going to do. I told Corey this morning, I'm like, okay, we need to get this figured out. We got to figure out, do we have baseball in the morning on Sunday? Because we don't have baseball in the morning on a Sunday. Then if we want to do a brunch, we're able to. Or do you want to do a lunch? We know we can't do dinner with all the kids because some work. So that's not going to be an option there. So do you want to go to breakfast? Do you want to go to brunch? Do you want to go to lunch? Do you want me to cook you dinner? What do you want to do? So I can make sure all the kids are on that. So make sure it's Mother's Day. Make sure moms know. Make sure your mom knows it's Mother's Day and that you're able to take it. I'm looking back through the Facebook thing, and I think what I have to do is I'm going to have to choose. Yep, that's what it's going to do. It's going to post on the timeline. I think that's what it is going through. What I need to do is create the event not in the group, create the group in the public setting, and then move it over there, because I believe that is what happened. So we'll know that for Monday. We're gonna get through these damn Facebook things, and it'll definitely be all right there for it. And Sarah says, I get all my kids in one place for Mother's Day dinner. Super excited. Well, congrats to you, Sarah. I know it's difficult. Your kids are, some are older, some are younger, spread out. So it's good to hear that they will all be there. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm not 100% sure. I am just, not my day. I'm waiting for it. When it comes to Father's Day, tomahawk steak, grill. That's it. Sometimes I don't get that because it's Hattie's birthday. So sometimes it has to move around from there. But for the most part, that's what we got going on. All right. Let's see. We went through our stuff. We talked shipping, talked good, better, best, asked the sales are up or down. Creative Space 2.0. So far, I'm digging that. Mentorship community. We talked about that. You can find the link down here. Fat Dad MC after Patreon. You can do that. What else? I think that's it. Unless you guys don't have anything for me, I'm going to start making sure I'm going to work. We got our mentorship call at 9:30. There's still time if you sign up for it. We'll get you in the link for that. I'm going to prep for that, but I'm also going to prep for Monday's live. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. There will not be a Tuesday with Todd on Tuesday because it is baseball. So I know that one for a fact. And then we're getting the rest of the stuff figured out, ready to roll. So until then, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for joining me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Until next time, peace, love, press on. We will see you guys then.